We are back for part 2 of Sounds for Love 2, and we are joined by a dog, if you could hear it, that is. We are now, we're gonna continue off where we left off. I don't know if the dog actually making too much sound. Technically it's not my dog, it's neighbor's dog from next door and stuff, and I can't do anything about it, so yeah, alright, let's just get into it. Alright, dog, that afternoon. We end up in a similar situation to yesterday. Perhaps usual self was a bit of an understatement. This time, Ceri takes me by the hand, her steps filled with gusto as she leads me through the corridor. Well, so I'm happy she found some confidence. I didn't expect to end up like this. Our roles are now reversed. She ignores the curious eyes of passers-by as we dart toward the music room. How many times do we have to do this now? In an odd way, it's somewhat romantic how our routine of leading one another through the corridor has lasted this long. If romantic is the right word for it. It's more comical than anything else, if not a public display of affection. She can be surprisingly feisty in moments like this. I suppose not. We do get to hold hands. Dawn, I'm not complaining. It doesn't take long for us to find ourselves back outside the door to one of the practice rooms. Alright, it looks like Ceri eased herself, taking a deep breath before reaching out toward the door handle with conviction. Alright, I was about to say, it looks like I don't know when we're gonna hit the next, like a choice. I don't know if this game I know the first game there's choices, but I don't know if this one also have choices too. It likely is. It's just I don't think there's gonna be much compared to the first game. With a gratuitous sweep, she slides open the door as we step into the room. Some of these were I never heard of before.
Oh, Ceri! I didn't think we'd be seeing you again. I was worried we scared you off.
Starting with that off the bat, it doesn't instill much confidence. That's how Nonoka, the Ceri leader of the school music club, greets us as we stand at the doorstep of the club. She's bright and smiley as per usual, which contrasts with Ceri's self-conscious and almost awkward look. Well, I wish it weren't the case, but I think that's as per usual too. Oh well, that didn't last long. Ceri then decided to come back here under her own steam. I have to give her credit for that. It goes to show that her self-assurance amounts to something, if it's nothing else. I say she has a smidgen of it. But how much is a smidgen? Exactly, it's not exactly a scientific measurement. I guess there's no sense pondering that, though it's irrelevant. She clasped my hand tighter, before realizing our fingers are still locked. As she lets go, her face flares up a deep red color as she musters up what she wants to say with a blush about her cheeks. Of course, while all the Ceri's fumbling about, it doesn't go unnoticed. Nonoka gives a comforting smile in return.
You were all very enthusiastic. It's true? That's better than annoying, at least.
She tries to pass off the joke, but it doesn't exactly land. Maybe Ceri isn't the only one who needs to work on her self-confidence.
She's just being diplomatic.
I'm about to say, did someone forget to record lines? The dark-eyed Iroha rolls her eyes.
You can be pretty pushy, Nonoka. Everybody knows that.
I also reviewed the footage of the previous video. I don't think anybody could hear Iroha. The thing is, I had the whole volume loud. Like I had the volume in the game loud, and Iroha just like quiet. So I can't do much about it. It doesn't take long for the resident of the music club to assemble. We are hard to ignore.
Yeah, Nonoka. When you want something, you really don't let up. It must have been pretty creepy for poor Ceri here. Being fawned over so much. You have, like, no chill.
Nonoka pouts.
Look who's talking. You're the one who made the biggest fuss over Harry.
Are we gonna see a conflict that's gonna happen here?
I did? You know you did. You wouldn't stop talking about her after they left.
Well, the thing is, I don't know what happened because they said Emma, I think Emma won't stop talking after Hero and Ceri left. So yeah, I don't think Hero can't just eavesdrop and stuff.
I'm surprised you didn't throw yourself at her feet and beg her not to go. You have no sense of self-restraint. Says the girl who looks like she's going to a funeral every day.
Well, I wouldn't say go to funeral every day, but more of a viewers can't hear due to how quiet it is.
And what does that have to do with anything?
And now they're all bickering. Yup, I sense there's a conflict that's gonna happen here. Considering the music club is so thin on the ground, what with other third-year students being busy studying for exams, these three makes plenty of noise on their own to make up for it. There's no wonder Ceri felt uncomfortable. I'm starting to feel out of what the hell? I'm starting to feel out of sorts myself. Nonoka notices this and offers another placatory smile.
Don't mind them. They're always at one another's throats. But they don't really mean it. It's how they bond.
I mean, I've seen stuff like that happen before.
I think they just like that because they're childhood friends.
Childhood friends, huh? I was wondering what linked them together besides music that is. Given their style are so different, they have a real cute girl, dichotomy going on. What is that word? I never heard that before. I guess it makes sense that they would be childhood friends. I sensed behind their quarreling, I guess. Well, at least that they were pretty close.
They're just childhood friends, mind. Their relationship is strictly platonic.
Nonoka, perhaps seeing my mind wanders, grins. Ceri gives an instant blink. Even gives an instant blink. Oh, no, never mind. Anyway, you wanted to say something, right? She looks away timidly, now that the tension's back on her. Nonoka looks at Ceri intently, her hands clenched at her front.
We got carried away then. Yes? What did you want to say? Were you thinking about helping out with the graduation ceremony? Gave it a bit of thought. And I'm a little nervous. I've never played in front of a crowd before.
She's trying her best to get the words out.
I think that the graduation ceremony is very important. I would be happy if I could play there. And I would be even happier if I could perform with you three. I can tell that you really care about music. Even if you do argue a little.
I think Ceri being diplomatic here, these girls don't just argue a little, they do it a whole hell of a lot.
I'd love to perform with you.
Whoa. Ceri breathes heavily, her chest rises and falls behind her sweater. I can't tell that this must have taken a lot out of her. It's reminiscent of when she first confessed to me. Oh, being honest with your feeling isn't easy, but it's something Ceri has always had a difficulty with. Nonoka smiles.
Well, isn't that sweet? I'm flattered. Me too. I love you a lot as well, Ceri. Thank you so much for helping us out.
Whoa, we're skipping a few steps there. That's being a bit too honest with your feelings if it's not a joke, but knowing Emma, it's hard to tell.
Don't you think you're a little too quick to give your love away? But this does help us.
Emma giggle.
I'm just being friendly. You should try it yourself sometime. Though I can't imagine you professing your love for anything.
I wouldn't be so sure by saying that. Harsh, Nonoka certainly wasn't wrong about their squabbling. Emma offers a jovial laugh as she leans in toward Iroha, who in turn shoots back a glare in her direction. I would have thought that Iroha would have been pretty strict about sudden invasion of her personal space, but as Emma pats her on the shoulder, flippantly I might add, I start to think that there might be some truth in Nonoka's earlier comments. In any case, I don't think I should be worried. Though it still doesn't make Iroha any less impressed with the whole situation.
I don't want to burden her with praise. That's all. You're putting too much pressure on her.
She's not wrong, but Nonoka and Emma take no notice.
Sure will sound great with you. I just know it. I'm not that good, really.
Ceri looks down at her feet, her face flushed. She might be brushing the compliment aside, but I think it hits the mark regardless. Otherwise, she wouldn't be smiling like that. I guess Ceri, for all her self-effacement, also likes having her ego stroked from time to time. It's pretty cute, actually, the way she's trying to play coy. She really is adorable.
There's no need to put yourself down. Yeah, you're great, Carrie. But I suppose you can let your playing do the talking for you. I'm looking forward to hearing how you'll sound when we start practicing.
Alright, thanks Emma for pronouncing it Carrie. Alright, but the Carrie kind of sounds like a K though and stuff. Well, I'll start calling Ceri Carrie now.
Oh, but first,
Emma looks at me, one hand resting on her hip.
what does the boyfriend have to say? Do you want to sit in on practice with us?
I prepared myself for the worst, going by that smug expression, but that wasn't so bad. Hell, I appreciate the offer. Well, as I feel somewhat deprived of not seeing Ceri play in earnest after she cut herself short the other day, I like to see these girls play too. I just hope their confrontational skills don't translate into how well they work together as a group. Probably talk about how Emma and Iroha was at each other's throat earlier. Would that be a problem?
Not with me. It might encourage gloomy eyes there to work a little harder if she has a handsome guy watching her.
Handsome? Iroha lowers her brow in contempt.
He's hardly that. He's barely above average.
Ouch. I'm kind of same too, so I guess I relate to Hero for the IQ, I guess. Below of average.
Yes, well, we all know your ideal man is over 200 years old and lives exclusively on blood.
What? Wow, Iroha rolls her eyes.
We could turn it into a competition, Carrie. Let's see who does a better job at catching your boyfriend's eye.
What is this now? I know she means this in jest, so I think does share Carrie, but Carrie doesn't look very amused. Yeah, I don't think so too. She frowns, which is pretty rare coming from her. Then she says in a voice that's cooler than usual.
We can compete, but you won't be looking at anybody but me.
Now I'm even feeling flustered. Who'd have thought she could be so defensive, though I'm glad that she is. The cheerful Emma catches on and responds in kind. Her face beams with excitement.
Now that's the spirit. Although,
Carrie peers over her shoulders, back into my direction. Her face once again sports a familiar blush as she hesitates.
I wouldn't want to force you to watch. Not if you don't want to. It'd probably be boring. Just sitting around while we play. You don't have to stay if you don't want to.
I want to stay. She phrases it like a question. I like to think that she'd rather have me here. Not because she needs my help necessarily, but I'm confident she can handle it herself. She's a big girl now, but it seems like she'd like the moral support. I can't deny her that. She's being pretty transparent about it, actually, so much so I can't help but smile. It's fine, I don't mind hanging around.
Are you sure?
Sure, it's not like I have anything better to do. I'm a member of the Going Home Club, remember? Basically no club.
But don't you have to study too?
That's not a club, is what I expected her to say, but it doesn't seem like I lighten the mood at all. I'll get to it when I get to it. I wave my hand dismissively, attempting to reassure her. No amount of studying is more important than watching my cute girlfriend play the harp. Plus, I've got to judge your competition with Emma, haven't I? I'll be cheering you on.
Right.
Ceri nods, a bright smile spreading across her face.
I won't let you down.
I return it with one of my own and take a seat off of one side, away from the raised steps where the chairs for the orchestra club are laid out. Carrie takes a little seat herself beside the harp, as does Nonoka. After a bit of idle chatter, the girls tune their instruments. Also about that idol thing, I'm pretty sure it's called idol. Like I don't like some people call it idol, but I personally call it idol. Then they begin to play. I listen to them practice, but okay, I'm confused. I don't know if it's a typo of this or there's an actual practice word that has an S. I don't know. I'll try my best not to, But my attention drifts on occasional, especially when Nonoka has to run through their arpeggio 6 times straight. I don't think Ceri needs my undivided attention. She isn't a child, and her attention has been focused more or less on her harp. Her eyes narrow in concentration as she plays, her fingers plucking deftly across the strings. Anyway, every once in a while, when I glance up, I can't help but be enthralled by the sheer presence Ceri has. Her shyness has melted away altogether to reveal a confident young woman who looks utterly absorbed in her task. Her face isn't even a little flustered, and she isn't staring down at her shoes like she so often does. She's sitting straight instead in her chair, her posture impeccable. If I didn't know Ceri has anxiety problems, I'd take her for being a professional harpist, one with a decade of experience under her belt. Yeah, I guess she is. She's been playing the harp for about that long, even if she'd not played in front of an audience. I don't know very much about music myself, but I don't need to. I can tell that she is talented, even more so than Emma, who makes a few occasional missteps. I think I know who will emerge the victor of their competition, and no, that's not because I am biased judge, even though I am. When Ceri gets serious, nobody can compare to her. I think Nonoka was right about the money, despite Ceri's attempts to dance around the topic. She really is talented. I might be Ceri's boyfriend, but I don't think she needs me to hold her hands all the time, literally and figuratively. It'd be hard for her to play the harp if she was. She might have a hard time believing it herself, but she's doing just fine on her own. Alright, we got scene ending, we're transitioning to new scene now. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, it's nighttime. Wait, it's raining?
Okay, I think we're done for today.
Nonoka announces this an hour into their practice, then sits her abode down. The girls collectively let out a relaxed sigh. I can practically see their composure slipping. It really was a solid effort. The four of them look around toward one another, sharing the same look of satisfaction between them. The genuine connection between these girls and their instruments is also on full display. Nonoka's the first to break the silence. She gets to her feet and stretches, then flashes Ceri a bright smile.
You did really great, Ceri. I'm surprised.
It almost sounds like a backhanded compliment, but if I'm being what the heck? Is that an actual word? I think it is. Wooly smile. Wooly honest. I'm surprised a little too. The four girls played in such perfect harmony that I almost lost myself in their music. Sure, I might not have the technical knowledge to understand the ins and outs of their performance, but I couldn't find any faults with it.
Oh, thank you.
Ceri toys with her braids awkwardly. She tends to do that when she feels to put on the spot. I can tell that she's feeling pretty awkward about being praised so much. Nonoka gleams as she claps enthusiastically, charmed by Ceri's performance. Her little round of applause breaks through Ceri's stammering, adding an element of percussion as a finale to their sessions.
It's not that impressive, though. I have been playing the harp for a while. You're not giving yourself enough credit. You need to be more confident if you want to play with us. And you've got to learn how to accept a compliment, too.
She said that, but out of anyone here, I think she's the second most likely to want to start doubting herself.
I think you sounded good. And I'll bet the others did, too. Isn't that right? That's right. You're so good. I'm wondering why you didn't join the school's orchestra. It seems like a bit of a waste.
It's not a waste. Not everybody likes to be the center of attention, you know?
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Some people, yeah, that is true.
We're not all like you.
I guess.
So they can agree on something for once.
You really did a great job though, Ceri. You get 2 thumbs up from me.
I'm doing one right now. Y'all can't see it, but I'm doing it. Emma really does give Ceri's 2 thumbs up as well, a gesture which makes Ceri's blush deepen.
Thank you. We're just saying it like it is.
This is a relief. I was worried we'd never find another harpist to replace Holly. It's a shame she won't be able to make the graduation ceremony.
What might happen to Holly anyway? Did she broke her leg? Nonoka looks down pensively. It's clear that despite all their whimsy, the girl here care about each other a lot.
You really are a huge help.
She's right. We can't owe you enough. Want me to treat you, Ceri?
I don't think that'll be necessary. Thank you. Your kind words are more than I deserve.
Seeing her retreat into her shell so much, I guess she still has a way to go with handling other people's emotions. But seeing her try so hard, I smile.
They're exactly what you deserve. But I can tell our compliments are making you uncomfortable. You'll want to be heading off soon anyway, right? It's getting pretty late, and...
Well, it's raining right now. The weather in my state's literally, I consider it as hell's brimstone hellfire. After glancing at the clock on the wall, she moves her eyes toward the window and clicks her tongue.
It's raining pretty hard out there.
No crap it is. Oh wow. I was so captivated by Ceri's practice session and the ensuing conversation between the girls in the club, I hadn't taken any notice of the sudden shift in the weather. Now that she mentions it, however, I can see it has started to rain. So, I mean, sometimes rains means sadness and stuff. I have no clue what's gonna happen here. I don't know if it's gonna be something else that's gonna happen later. I wonder when this downpour began. It must have come on suddenly, probably when Ceri and the others were still playing their instrument. The sound of their melodies must have drowned out the incessant pitter-patter of the raindrops. It's coming down bad.
You're telling me. We might as well be in Scotland right now.
Wait a minute, what even happened in Scotland other than, well, Akira and her boyfriend in the good ending, or even Lily being there, abandoning Hisao.
Whales.
What even happened on Wales? The only thing I know is Darrigs hates whales. Well, at least I think. She told me that once on call.
Or England.
I mean, I could tell y'all. With the British accent, I could tell y'all. The three of them stare at the downpour woefully after managing to list the constituent countries of Great Britain between themselves. Iroha, who signed to herself, chose to skip out of their conversation. I mean, I would do the same. Nonoka continues to with a wry smile.
I've been there a few times, and it's always miserable. I can't say I'm looking forward to moving there.
Say that to Conor Rivington. He's gonna say, "What are you talking about? The rain is nice."
But that's something for future me to worry about.
I offer up my condolences, but I don't think now is the right time.
I hope you two lovebirds remember to bring your umbrellas. Otherwise, you'll get your feathers all wet.
I don't think we did.
Lovebirds!
Ceri jumps. I catch a hint at why is it always about birds, but maybe I'm just imagining it.
Is that how we look?
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Aren't you? You're always together during lunch, looking into one another's eyes and being lovey-dovey.
Are y'all freaking spying on me? Are y'all spying on me?
Everybody's been talking about you, you know?
How the... What? 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 How's that? Emma smiles smugly. For some reason, she looks very pleased with herself. It looks like I found some competition as a Ceri teaser.
They are?
I had no idea. I had no idea too. I'm lost for words right now. What? Well, I did, but I didn't think telling her that would have made her feel less embarrassed.
Well, now you do. Consider yourselves enlightened. There's this rosy aura around you whenever you're together. It's like something out of a romance novel. Isn't that right, Iroha?
You say that as if I read them. But it's pretty obvious.
Every romance novel I've seen in a library is all adult content.
You're so sweet. It makes me feel a little bit sick.
I'm sorry.
Surely it wouldn't be we're sorry, but it doesn't stop Ceri from lowering her head apologetically. Though I'm pretty sure Iroha was just joking. I think it, or at least I think she was. It's hard to tell with her. Who knows? I don't know what's gonna happen.
You don't need any medicine, do you? I have some in my bag.
I don't know if this is meaning taste of your own medicine. Iroha looks back at Ceri for a few moments, her lips pursed.
It's fine. Most people make me feel sick. You're nothing special.
Most people make me feel sick. Huh? I have a bad feeling about this. Maybe I should never call Iroha Sake last video.
Oh, don't worry about her.
Emma giggles.
She's always been like this.
Like that, edgy? Weird and antisocial, you mean? Well, I wouldn't say weird and antisocial, I'd say more edgy. Like, emo edgy. It's what I think, but I decided to keep that comment to myself. I do want Ceri to make friends with these girls, no matter how much they bicker. I don't want to cause any problems by saying my thoughts out loud. That would be a bad boyfriend behavior.
You two are pretty sappy, but I think it's cute.
So, thanks.
It really is coming down hard out there. Will you two be alright?
Well, I'm pretty sure we didn't bring umbrellas, so unless the game poll that we did bring umbrella after all, I wouldn't say. Yeah.
That might be a problem.
Yup. Nobody definitely bought umbrella, didn't we? Ceri glances out the window. The sky outside is full of dark gray clouds, and the rain is still pelting down. With thunder, maybe? I hope it might taper off whilst we were talking, but I guess not. What a pain.
I was rushing this morning and didn't think to bring an umbrella.
I didn't hear a broad umbrella too, so I guess that makes things
I
even.
don't think we'll be able to walk home in this.
Finally, a chance to show off my good boyfriend behavior. Ceri has been helping me with study for exams, of course. Being better at academics than I am, but this is something I can do to help her in return. Though it's something I would have done to begin with, of course. But it's okay, Ceri. We don't need to worry about the weather. I got umbrella with me. I'm about to say the hero not bring us umbrella. I was confident. I was confident, like, you know, predicting that hero, aka, you know, the character I'm playing as, did not bring umbrella as well. But turns out the hero did.
You do?
Luckily, checking the weather forecast daily has its benefits. In my locker, I can go and get it once we're done, and we'll head home together. Ceri's cheeks, which were already red, look positively rosy. Shy like she toys with the end of one of her braids, she mumbles.
I'm glad you remembered. I'm just sorry I'm not more reliable.
It's alright, you're pretty reliable as this, when it comes to academic at least. If you weren't at least a little bit of an airhead when it comes to day-to-day stuff, I think you'd be too perfect. That's gotta be hurtful. Ceri squeaks as if she poked by a thumbtack.
Do you really think I'm an airhead?
Yeah, Hero just made a mistake. You can be? Hero. Oh my god, Hero, you're about to fumble. You're about to fumble. I really didn't think this one through. don't really. I think it's cute. Well, but I forgot about. Oh, I'm gonna just go back a little bit. Oh shit.
Cute. I don't.
Alright, Carrie getting. Alright, I'm just taking it back to where I was. Carrie getting so worked up, I'm almost starting to feel guilty. But it is cute. Based on her reaction, you think I just got on one knee and proposed to her in front of the 3 members of the music club. Emma seemed to find all of this incredible amusing because she started giggling again.
Well, isn't that something? You're so lucky, Ceri. Having such a responsible boyfriend. You know, I'm starting to feel a little jealous.
Iroha, the quiet, most serious member of the club, frowns at this, then glares sharply toward Emma.
What do you have to be jealous about?
Emma fires back with a pout.
Are you sure you're not the jealous one?
Can we just go? Can we literally just go? Can we just go already?
Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere.
That's a funny thing to say.
Well, I'm sorry, but he's mine.
I swear to God, this turned into one of those NTR things. I'm about to flip. Now that was unusually feisty coming towards Ceri. Does she feel threatened? Emma grins.
Don't take it to heart. I was just teasing.
You're always teasing.
Well, Hero's also always teasing too. Sometimes these teasing can come up as bullying. Putting their bickering to one side, I did wind up hanging out with Ceri during the entirety of her first session with the music club. Maybe that in itself is pretty responsible. Well, if we have been a couple for some time now, there's still so much the two of us have to learn. That if this isn't good boyfriend behavior, I don't know what is.
I suppose it's getting late.
No, cause that's been saying that. I've been saying that too. Well, not been saying that, but I was like, bro, can we just go? Can we literally just go?
I hope you two get back safe. Take good care of our new harpist. You hear? If she gets wet in all this rain and catches a cold,
That'd be too bad.
That's a misconception, you know.
Nonoka frowns.
Oh, you don't need to worry about that.
Ceri still looks a bit awkward. She always does when she's with anybody who isn't with me or her father. Well, at least she's smiling. It's quite a small, shy smile, but it's better than nothing.
He always takes good care of me. He's very considerate. It's really more than I could ask for.
Yay! I'm free! I'm free! Okay, now we have some rain visuals now. Wow, the rain hasn't been let up at all, has it? I glance toward the street with my brow furrowed. I can hardly make out the school gates, even at this distance. The rain patters against the roof of the bike shelter, which would be our would be our possible refuge if we want to wait out the rain. I did briefly consider waiting it out there, but I decided to risk walking back with Ceri instead. I wanted to avoid an inevitable turf war with the last few students who would have taken a decision to huddle for safety outside the school. It's coming down near biblical proportions to such an extent. I'm starting to wonder if I should have brought a pair of wellies with me this morning. What the hell's a wellies? Although that would have been an incredible fourth fight. Things don't seem to let us as we head out Anyway, head out onto the street either. My poor school shoes can't withstand too much more of this. I mean, one time when I was walking out in the rain, when I was getting back home from the library shift, while I was walking home, during the rain, when I was trying to get home, my shoe actually started to form soap. Not sure how that happened. I'm taking care not to step in any stray puddles, but there are so many of them, it's hard not to. I don't want to get Ceri wet. I mean, it would be a shame if you're just walking, the next thing you know, those tropes on cartoons that were like there's a truck or a vehicle coming by, they ran into a puddle and then puddle gets splashed all over you. Yeah, I wouldn't want that to happen. I wouldn't. No. I placed my foot down in a bad spot and then, Cold water splashes halfway to my ankle. Well, it's just great. My socks are all soaked now, in the hem of my trousers. This umbrella is better than nothing, but it can't compensate for my own stupidity, I guess. I wonder how Ceri's holding up. Ceri? My braided bespectacled girlfriend sticks to my side as closely as is possible for a girl to stick to a guy when they're both wearing clothes. Her chest presses up against my arms. It's not at all unpleasant sensation since her cloth is so soft, but it's not like Ceri to be touchy feeling out in public. It isn't very surprising though, since my umbrella is so small. It clearly wasn't made for these two people. For two people. If Ceri doesn't want to get soaked, which I can't imagine, then she had no real choice but to get up close and personal. I hope it's not uncomfortable for her. It's just a little bit distracting for me. Are you alright?
What? Oh.
Ceri glances at me quizzically, looks like I caught her out in the midst of a daydream. I wonder what she was thinking about.
I'm fine. Why?
It just looked like you were spacing out a little, that's it all. I just want to check that you're okay. After all the commotion in the club, I wouldn't be surprised if she was a little socially exhausted. And of course, I feel a bit concerned about her chops rubbing against my arm. She might be my girlfriend, but we haven't spent much time up close with one another. Ceri's still very innocent after all. She can certainly be unobservant, shall we say, about some things. Actually, I wonder if she even noticed.
I was just thinking about the music club.
I would press actually doubt. Oh. I guess that makes sense. Did you enjoy going there?
I was nervous.
I don't think I heard a second dialogue. I didn't hear it, but it was fun. I don't know if, honestly, at this time I'm not going to go back like what happened earlier, so I'm just going to take it continually. Shy lie, Ceri offers me a smile. It's pretty heartwarming. Well, it's not a gung-ho attitude she had earlier. This afternoon, it's still a step in the right direction.
They were all really nice.
Well, I wouldn't say they're all nice.
I wish they didn't tease me as much.
Ceri faces blushes. I suppose they were teasing her more than she used to. I don't even go that far. Most of the time, anyway. I grin at Ceri, then nudges her in the side with my elbow gently. Of course, I'm not about to push her into the rain. About your incredibly kind, consensuous boyfriend, you mean?
Who's that?
Hiro? This time she gets one up on me.
But it looks like they were having a lot of fun. Mostly at my expense. Is that normal?
I'm pretty sure it is. I suppose she's not used to dealing with that kind of banter between friends. Until now, she's only really spoken to me and her father. I suppose it's because you're easy to get a rise out of. You blush very easily. Did you know that?
You might have mentioned it before.
It's because your reactions are simply too cute. She redens again.
I doubt they think I'm cute.
Oh crap! I'm not gonna do it again. I'm not gonna reverse again. Maybe not Iroha, but it was quite clear from the way the others were talking about her. They really do fawn over her. Given the amount of help she's turning out to be, I can see why they're so grateful for having her around. I doubt they don't. You're adorable, you know. If she were to be a little more popular, I wouldn't be surprised if half of the school had a thing for her. I really lucked her out here. I give Ceri another nudge. Maybe I'm being a bit of a bully, teasing her when she's already perturbed about what happened in the club room earlier, but I can't help myself. Ceri meanwhile pouts.
They seemed pretty interested in you too. Don't you think?
I swear to God, if there's an option where you can cheat in this game, no, I am not. Honestly, if there's an option where if this game has multiple bad endings, which I don't know, if there is bad endings like the first game, but if it is, and there's cheating like the mission route, then oh hell no, I'm not playing this again. Anyways, they seem. Anyways, you think? I grin. Well, I would want to presume, but maybe you have a point. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised about that, though. I mean, I am irresistible.
You're more irresistible when you're not talking like that, though.
Well, yeah, I agree. Shy Life carried toys with the end of one of her braids.
But maybe you have a point too. Otherwise, I never would have fallen for you.
Well, now that really hits hard. Carrie's not exactly flirty. She's too awkward for him most of the time, but she is good at making my heart flutter, albeit inadvertently. Oh, well, I'm glad you think so. I glanced away from Carrie and glanced across the street. It's still raining. It drums on the top of my umbrella relentlessly. It doesn't look like this is inclement weather will be clearing up anytime soon. Oh well, I guess this means I can enjoy this walk with Carrie for a little longer. I'm glad you've been having fun at the music club in any case. I'm sorry I don't have a bigger umbrella. You don't mind having to stick so close to me, do you?
I'm glad you remembered to bring an umbrella at all. And it is kind of nice. Walking like this.
Isn't it a pain?
Of course not. I like being with you. And I like being able to walk with you like this. I'm a little happy that I forgot to bring my own umbrella. I like being this close to you.
Carrie gives my heart yet another direct hit. How am I supposed to rely to that? I don't know whether it's intentional or not, but Carrie doing a really good job at making me fawn over her today. More so than usual, that is. She must have noticed my embarrassment as she tilts her head up curiously.
Did I say something strange?
Oh, no, it's nothing, it's nothing.
You sure? Don't tell me.
Carrie smiles. It's devious, one which denotes a rather significant shift from the reserved, slight awkwardly smile I've been used to seeing since we started dating.
You're not embarrassed about this, are you?
That says, since we started dating, there have been times when her confidence really peaked like this. The playful, mischievous side of Carrie, one that only I get to see. Am I that easy to read? I'm not embarrassed, it's just I'm happy to be with you too. You should keep an eye on the weather yourself in the future, though you can't rely on me for everything. What if I hadn't decided to hang around in the music club after school? Then you'd have nobody to walk back with you, and no umbrella to shield you from the rain.
But if you weren't there, I could probably call my dad to pick me up.
I mean, that was another option. She had the point. You can't rely on him for everything either. What you'll do when we graduate from high school, huh?
Well, I was planning to ask you for help. Isn't that what married couples do?
Is the epilogue gonna be Carrie and Hiro getting married and stuff? I mean, if that's the case, then if the girl game is about Carrie and Hiro's life as a married couple, I would not be surprised. But married? Wow, she really thinks it's far ahead. Who is the feisty girl? And what has she done to Carrie? I never would have thought when I first met Carrie that she had it in her. I think this is a positive though. It's nice to see more side of Ceri, and it's nice to know that she feels comfortable enough to make me act like this. We continue to walk alongside one another in an almost perfect synchrony. While the rain falls down around us, the two of us remaining silent. The sound of the falling rain is pretty relaxing. The air smells of damp, but it's really refreshing. It's refreshing in a way. My right shoulder is getting wet on account of trying to hold my two small umbrellas over both mine and Carrie's head, and her left shoulder is looking similarly damp. She doesn't seem to mind though. I guess she is happy enough to walk in step with me, her chest against my arm.
I'm only teasing, but
Carrie speaks up about a brief pause, her voice quieter than it was, and more sincere.
father probably won't stay in Japan forever.
Oh no. Oh no, it's gonna be like the same thing. The same thing.
I think he'll go back to Wales at some point. Though, I don't know when that will be.
Is this gonna be is this gonna be the new triangle from the first game where the mom took Carrie's mom took custody of Carrie, and then Carrie sent one last photo to Hero? Still, I don't know how much ending is there. I don't know. Maybe there's only one ending in this sequel.
Nothing's set in stone, but if we really did marry, then I wouldn't have to go back to Wales. I could stay here instead with you.
I inhale. My heart flutters again. She sure is putting my emotion through their pace. If I hadn't cured the immunity against her adorableness, I think my heart would have exploded by this point. Just like he saw his condition. That's a good point. But like you said, it's too early to be thinking about that. Yeah, I agree. Carrie pouts.
At least try to play along.
Well, there goes that conversation on hold for another few years. I'm not about to get married just yet, but it's not like I haven't been thinking about it. Well, I'm not sure about how your dad would feel if we got engaged right now either, before we finish with our studies. Well, Carrie is not saying that. Carrie is saying maybe a few years later after graduation. It's not like she'll be going anywhere for a while anyway.
Speaking of my father, would you like to come over for dinner? It's been a while, and I think he would like to talk to you.
It hasn't been that long, but I'm not going to say no. A free dinner? Sure. She tuts.
If we do get married, I'll make sure you're the one who does the cooking.
Okay. I gotta get back to it. Carrie tries to hold her grumpy pout, but it doesn't last. She looks at me, and a smile starts to play across her lips. I look back at her. Then, standing beneath the protected canopy of my cheap convenience store bought umbrella, we both begin to laugh. Unfortunately, okay. Well, after this, that is. Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to end it here. I don't know if I'm in a writing action right now of the story. I don't know, because I have not even seen a single choice yet. The only thing I've been doing right now is only read dialogues. I only have been reading dialogue for this remaining gameplay, previous gameplay. The only thing I really did was the part 1.5. All right, well that's it for this one. Guess it was gonna be like a part 1 or part 2, but it looks like there's gonna be multiple parts of this game. Now, I want to say some stuff first before I end it. Number 1, starting tomorrow, I'll probably go back to Tokyo Racer, probably play Tokyo Racer before playing this again. That's one thing. And 2, I did got the JDM Japanese Drift Master game, but just like Painted Town Red, I tried to film it, but the camera and stuff, it's not great. I'll make a post about it later, but let's just say, it's just freeze frame and stuff. So there will not be any games, I will not make any videos about Painted Town Red, JDM, and any of these other high gigabyte FMOD games and stuff until I find a solution to the whole, filming problem, with the whole, how to get it to run smoothly, high quality stuff, not freeze frame every 1 second. I will still try to find a way how to make JDM videos, Painted Town videos, and other videos like that. That the recorder can run. It's just I gotta find a workaround first, to get it to work. So anyone in the comments, if anyone knows computer stuff, please hit me up. Please DM me and stuff. Well, after DM me, you could just tell me on message while I'm fandom stuff. All right. Well, anyways, that's it for today. For Sounds for Love 2. I'll see you on the next video.